Twinkle, twinkle, neighbors.
In 1802, 12 years of Christmas holiday marathon. Now, we've been doing these marathons for many, many years now, and they're a way to show our longtime neighbors how a small company like ours ramps up for the holidays with our teammates, with special guests, with all of our neighbors.
Now, usually we do 24 hours live, but this year, because we're celebrating 12 years in business, we decided to do the 12 years of Beekman 1802, and also because COVID kind of messed things up a little bit this year.
So, a little later, we are going to be doing a special reading of Precious Little Snowflake. So for right now, put on your PJs, grab your blankie, run to the couch, because this is Beekman 1802, 12 years of Christmas.
Day 9!
Twinkle, twinkle. Oh boy, that was a close up. Twinkle, twinkle, everybody. And welcome to tonight's very special Beekman 1802 Holiday Marathon. And now you're wondering, why aren't they in the same place? Where are they? Well, tonight we wanted to switch things up a little bit. And I am going to start out at the farm. I'm here at the farm, and I'm going to give you a little tour of how we've decorated the farmhouse for the holidays. So I'm starting outside. It's a little bit cold, a little bit chilly, which I got my favorite hat on. But I'm going to take you through the house so you can see. And then I'm going to get in the car and run down to the Mercantile and join Brent. Before we start, I want to acknowledge that both Brent and I are wearing, oops, can we see this here? We are wearing pajamas that my mother and father, every year, they buy Brent and I brand new pajamas. And that's our Christmas present every year. And we usually wait until Christmas Eve to open them and wear them on Christmas Day. But this year we decided to open them and share them for tonight's special reading of Precious Little Snowflake, which we will do down in the Mercantile very soon. But now, let's take a tour. Okay, I'm out in the front yard and I'm going to switch the camera around. Boom. Let's see how this goes. And here is what the Beekman farmhouse looks like at Christmas. I'm gonna have to back up a little bit. So as you can maybe guess, the Beekman farmhouse was built in 1802 by William Beekman. Sorry, it's shaking a little bit. It's cold out here. Built in 1802 by William Beekman. And we decorate every year. We try to keep it pretty traditional. And of course, we put the Christmas tree up in the top window. That's the kind of the architectural feature of this 1802 house, is that Palladian window. And this showed that William Beekman was a very successful mercantilist in Sharon Springs in 1802. So we like to honor him by showing off his house as best we can. So up on the top, we've got lights all the way across and garlanding across the balustrades. We have candles in every window. We have 2 big wreaths and the tree outside. Now, what do you say? Oops, I flipped around. You barely see it. Should we go inside? I hope nobody's in there. What if somebody was in there? All right, so here's how you come up to the front door. Okay, don't trip, Josh. Don't trip. Should I knock or just go in? So here we are. We're heading inside. This is the grand hallway, the downstairs hallway of the house. And this, too, is sort of an architectural feature of the house. There are 2 hallways, each one 14 foot wide, both downstairs and upstairs. And believe it or not, it's actually a very simple house. There's 4 rooms, 2 rooms on this side, 2 rooms on this side, and it's the same upstairs, and the same wide hallway is upstairs and downstairs. Now, each one of the small rooms was a bedroom. Every room in the house is a bedroom. The kitchen was outside. Dining rooms weren't really a big thing back then, so they just ate on the fly wherever they were, and every other room was a bedroom. So this downstairs wide hallway was actually the men's sitting area. William Beekman and his colleagues would sit down here and, I don't know, smoke clay pipes or whatever they did. And then upstairs, where we'll go in a minute, that was the women's gathering area. And every other room in the house, all the other 8 rooms, were bedrooms. So here we are in the hallway. Again, big wide hallway. I want to show people who've been neighbors for a long time know about Mary, ghost girl Mary. And I'm going to find how Mary got her name. We always found this little ghost in the house, and many people have talked about it that were here long before us. And where is it? Where's my finger? Oops, I can't see it. Oh, there we are. The reason she got the name Mary was because one of the ghost hunters said that she thought the ghost's name began with an M, and then we found this name carved in the floor, M-A-R-Y. So we called our little ghost girl Mary, and we often wonder what Mary would be doing and how she would think of Christmas. And we have had plenty of stories on our old website about Mary and how she celebrated different days of her life in 1802. So let's go in the dining room first. Here we are here. This is our dining room. Try to can't get a super wide shot. But a lot of you might remember this table, which Brent made himself and gifted me on my birthday years ago, probably about 11 years ago. He made this giant table, which is a big square, because the room is a big square. And we had a hard time finding any tables. We didn't want a big, long, rectangular one, because then I always hate that, because then you can only talk to the person on your left or right or across from you. So we wanted a square table where everybody could sit around. We can fit 12 people around this table, and everyone can talk to each other and chat with each other. And as you can tell, poinsettias are our number 1 holiday decoration here on the farm. I've always loved them since I was a little boy. Brent does too. And Schoharie Garden Farms and Carrot Barn here here in our county always grows them, and the garland and everything, and they're an amazing price, and they always last forever. The garland always does too. The garland's always fresh. Now every room in the house, every room has a fireplace, with the exception of the bathroom. So there are a total of 7 working fireplaces. And come Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, we will have dinner in here. Of course, we can't have a super big get together this year, but we're going to be here with our friend Megan, who's in our pod, and we're going to eat dinner in the dining room with a fire going. These wreaths here are cotton wreaths, and we designed these wreaths years ago for a Christmas holiday collection. So the dining room has all those wreaths in every window. Let's see what else. Oh, we have the postcards. I'll talk about those in a second. But this is the dining room. My great-grandfather did that painting there. Paulette Tavermina, who photographed our cookbooks, gave us that portrait photography, which looks like a painting that she did for our wedding. Let's go back out in the hallway. Now on either side of the front door, we've got, can I get wide with this? I'm not sure I can. We have poinsettias again. And those are actually kissing balls that we put in the crystal vases at the end. We just kind of put them in upside down. We just like the topiary effect. All right, now we're heading into our living room. Again, you can see how much we love poinsettias. So the fireplace in the living room has a ton of poinsettias, as does, well, basically every square inch. And on the windows in here, we have the candles again, and more wreaths we designed a few years ago for a holiday collection that are made of pine cones, frosted pine cones. So those are in every window in this room. And like I said, we don't put garland on the fireplace because we use the fireplaces, and obviously, clearly, that's a big old fire hazard. So what we do is we decorate the mantles with old postcards from my family, mostly from a great aunt whose last name was Palmer. And my family has collected them forever. We also have some old ones that neighbors have sent to have the collection. But what I love about them is reading. Every year when you take them out, we read what they say, because it really brings back old holidays and what they meant to my ancestors. So this one says, "Hello, Aunt and Uncle. How are you both? I'm going home Thursday. Will is coming Saturday. He will be very tired as he has to work nights this week. I'm going to have some corn fritters for supper tonight. Wish you could stop in. Hope you'll both have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year." I love that. The idea, just it's timeless. You know, her husband had to work nights all week. He was going to be tired for Christmas, and she was making corn fritters for dinner. I think we should make corn fritters for dinner this week, Brent. Okay, so let's now go from the living room through this. This is a federal style arch. And for the holidays, we have decorated it again with garland from Schoharie Farms, our neighbors, and another kissing ball. And you saw the tree upstairs. But what we put down here are some of our most treasured ornaments from our family. So some of the oldest ornaments we have. For instance, this Christmas bell, which has almost all the paint and decorations off of it, is ancient. It's got to be over 100 years old. But this is where we put our really precious ones, as well as, for my mom, Jackie, she loves birds. So here on the kissing ball, we have all native birds from this area, from blue jays to chickadees, to we've got a red-winged blackbird right there. We've got cardinals. So here, this is just our simple garland arch. All right, come into the music room or the library, depending on what we feel like calling it for the day. On the other side of the arch, guess what? More poinsettias. So again, we've got poinsettias. This is where we come and we read. That room there, the living room, which I was just had you in a second ago, that's where we hang out when we have guests. And there's a TV, I don't know if you caught it, a TV hidden on the wall that looks like a picture. So we hang out there if we've got friends and family, which we haven't had for a long time. And this is kind of our private room. So we curl up on this couch here when we're just hanging out and reading. And we've got that fireplace, more postcards. And we also spend time during the holiday seasons, because yes, we are literally this corny. Brent and I stand at the piano, sit at the piano, I play piano, and Brent sings Christmas carols. I mean, seriously, we are really, truly that corny. This was one of my grandmother's sheet music that we play, White Christmas from Holiday Inn. So that's our kind of our main sitting room where Brent and I hang out most of the time and do goofy things. I won't take you through the kitchen because you've seen the kitchen many times and it's not decorated or anything. I wanted to point this out here in our hallway. This is a glass terrarium replica of the house. This was made by our blacksmith, Michael McCartney, years ago as a present to us. And you can see really how beautiful all the details are. And this is the back of the house because you recognize the porch. You saw the front of the house with the window. Doesn't have the big porch. People often think the front is the back and the back is the front. All right, shall we head upstairs and look at the tree? Oh, look at that, more poinsettias. I'm sorry we love poinsettias that much. So here's the main staircase, more garland. Brent loves these glittery poinsettia leaf decorations, so they go all the way up. Stairway, of course, is painted our sunshine yellow all the way up with a carpet runner woven by Rabbit Goody, our local artisan, a historic weaver. Oh, these are great cutouts. You can't really see, but this is a series of paper cutouts that all together, they're a portrait of the house. That was also done by an artisan friend of ours that hangs in the stairway. Then one of the very first, it's hard to even call them decorations we ever had in this house because we didn't have any money to furnish. We had these in the upstairs hallway, these little ducks. And you can see it say ROW because we someday we promised ourselves we would have our ducks in a row. We're not there yet. They're still in a RWO. All right, we come up the stairs, you're gonna see, there's our old grandfather clock. Oh, these were the two cake toppers. I know it's hard to believe they're so giant, but we had a big platform table for our wedding with desserts, and these were two cake toppers. All right, are you ready for the tree? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. This is our Christmas tree. And yes, it's in the upstairs hallway, and no, it's not the most convenient place to sit and stare at it, but we much prefer having it in the window so we can share it with our neighbors. And that's our bedroom door right there, so we can leave the bedroom door open, we can see the tree from bed. And I have to say that at least, oh gosh, at least 60–70% of the ornaments on the tree are gifts from neighbors throughout the years. And we keep every ornament that's ever been sent to us. We love and cherish each one. They'll be on our trees forever and ever. I won't even take you through them because there are literally hundreds, if not thousands of them. There's this year's little goaty ornament, or little baby, one of them, baby goat ornaments there. Where did I put the other one? Oh, there's the other one right there. But again, so many gifts from the neighbors. I mean, I can't even, literally everyone you're seeing right now, everyone in my line of sight is from a neighbor. This is 2016, Merry Christmas, Brent and Josh. So many beautiful little Onder ornaments. Goat somebody made for us. Oh, the original Sharon Springs groupies in this ornament, Kathy, Kristen, Karen. And the snowman one everybody made for us. So, and this of course is Goaty. Everyone's gonna ask, where's the big goat? I'm gonna let Brent handle those incoming requests, but this is Goaty, one of our mascots, and she, gosh, I don't even know, decorates our upstairs hallway. So, thank you guys so much for joining me on the tour of the house. Brent is back in the Mercantile, and I believe he's gonna do a special reading. And Brent, you all set? Do you have any questions for me, Brent?
No, but get back soon because we have the High Neighbor Trivia Contest coming up. And we actually had a neighbor who wrote us a poem and sent it to us in our mailbag the other day. We're going to call her and have her read her poem too. So get back.
See you in a minute.
All right, great job. Well, as you can see, we really do love Christmas, and you know, particularly this year more than any other. I think maybe we went a little bit overboard with the poinsettias. We don't usually have that many, but since we're not going anywhere and we're just in the house most of the day, we said, why not? Let's just get more poinsettias, and we can support the carrot barn. So it's good all the way around. Well, tonight is of course dedicated to the precious little snowflake. And normally, we do a reading of the precious little snowflake every single year. So normally during the marathon, we have all of the kids of our employees around us. We have kids from the community who sit here around us when we read the story. But this year, we could not have them here. So you guys have to go all the way back in your head to when you were like 6 or 7. And I want you to be in that mindset when we get ready to read the story. And make sure you have your pajamas on too. I mean, if Josh and I are sitting here in our pajamas, you should be cozy too. I mean, consider this your bedtime story for tonight. Now, the precious little snowflake was a story that we wrote almost 4 years ago now. This is the 3rd edition. And what we wanted to do was we wanted to create a children's book that instilled in children the values that we hold very, very dear, particularly about working with one another, working with your neighbors. And if you work with your neighbors, if you work hard, you never quit, and you help your neighbors, you're going to make a more beautiful world. And that's the lesson that we wanted to impart. And before we sat down to write it, we really looked at the children's books that we grew up with that stuck with us, and that even today we can pick them up and read them, and they still have messages in the story that are just as important to us as adults as they were when we were kids, and maybe even more poignant. So, The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein, Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss, that type of book where, you may read it one day and you get one message from it, and then you may read it a year later and get an entirely different message from it, depending on where you happen to be in your life. But that's the type of book that we wanted to write and we wanted to create. And because, so much of the history of Beekman 1802 has been about supporting, new artists, what we decided was that every year we would do a new edition of the Snowflake Story and allow a different artist to interpret the story in their visual style. So every single year for the past 3 years, a new artist has drawn their version of the little snowflake. And this year the artist is Clarissa Cosi. And you guys, if you got the bounty box, the springtime bounty box on QVC, you'll recognize Clarissa's work. She did the artwork on the cover of the spring bounty box that we did on QVC. And if you are a subscriber to the Beekman 1802 Almanac, our magazine, you'll also recognize that she did the cover art for the spring issue of the Almanac as well. And she got the honor of doing this year's edition of the Precious Little Snowflake. What we're going to do now is go through the story. Oh, you can see there, oh, that's the Twinkle Twinkle Deal of the Day. So the Precious Little Snowflake book, autographed. We autographed every single one of them. So if you're ordering them tonight or any time before Christmas, you are going to get an autographed version of the Precious Little Snowflake. And that is tonight's Twinkle Twinkle Deal of the Day, the autographed copy of the Precious Little Snowflake. Right, is everyone in their pajamas? Is everyone ready for their bedtime story? Are you, okay, you ready? All right, I'm going to open up the book, and what we're going to do is we're going to show the beautiful illustrations as I read through the book. And the book every year has this same dedication. It's dedicated for all those who make things beautiful. And as you can see, each issue has who the artist is. In the vast heavens, a tiny particle of dust tumbled aimlessly. They're tumbling through the universe all by themselves. But along the way, it happened upon a droplet of crystal clear water, and it was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. And after a very brief courtship, they kissed and decided to travel the world together. And as the air around them grew colder, they huddled closer, and one thing led to another, as it always does. And a baby snowflake was born. First, she grew in one direction, then another direction, and then another. And she kept growing into 6 different directions. And now that she was growing up, she wondered what she wanted to do with her life. So she sat on the edge of a cloud and looked down. And far beneath her, she could see the earth. And it looked kind of dull and boring, so gray and bleak. "I have an idea," the little snowflake said. "I want to make the world a more beautiful place. But how? The world is mighty big. I can't possibly do this all by myself." She hopped off the cloud and floated around until she saw a gathering of other snowflakes. "I'm going to make the world more beautiful," she said. "Will you help me?" "Sure," shouted the other snowflakes. The little snowflake reached as far as she could and touched the arm of one of the other snowflakes. Then she reached out and grabbed hold of another snowflake that was nearby. And then those snowflakes reached out to their neighbors. Millions of neighbors joined. "Come on," everyone shouted. "We can do this." "Oh, I'm scared." "Yippee!" And together they floated down to the earth. First, they coated the tree branches in the forest, and then the rooftops, then finally the ground. They even fell into the open hand of a little girl that was walking home from school. And before they knew it, the world was covered in a beautiful blanket of snow. And that is how, even if you're only a speck of dust, you can still one day enchant the whole world. Now, isn't that such a great story? I mean, I must say, I am very, very proud of this story. And not only because you get just a little bit of a science lesson at the beginning, because you teach how a snowflake actually forms. You know, a drop of dust is encapsulated by a drop of water, and then it freezes, and then the crystals form around it. And that's how a snowflake is born. And every snowflake that has ever been made in the history of the universe always has 6 arms. But the most important part of the story is that all of the snowflakes worked together to make that beautiful blanket of snow. And you know, nothing is more beautiful than the very first snowfall of every year. And in fact, that's what we do with the Snowflake book. We first premiere the new design on the day that we see the very first snowflake fall on the farm. So if you pay attention every year, usually around October or the 1st of November, that's when we'll unveil the new artwork for the book. Then we always try to do a reading of it during the holiday marathon. But this is the 3rd edition. And our hope is that the book, I mean, of course, we know people are collecting all the editions. And our hope is that we'll continue to do this for 50 years. You know, if you go into Barnes and Nobles, you'll see like 30 different renditions of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." It's always the same poem. Everybody knows the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," but it's always just a different publisher or a different artist who's interpreted the story. And that's what we wanted to do with the Precious Little Snowflake. And my goal, this is year 3, my goal is that by year 10, we have an animated holiday special of the Precious Little Snowflake. And then we're going to make sure that it's so good that you watch Charlie Brown, you watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and then you watch Frosty, and then you watch the Precious Little Snowflake. And that is our goal, because we think that that message of working together with your neighbors to make the world a more beautiful place is a really important one. And one special thing, oh, go backwards first, I'm not done. One special thing that I wanted to show about this year's book is that we made it interactive. So when you get to this page in the story, where all the snowflakes have linked arms and they're getting ready to float down, you see what Clarissa did was she did the white silhouettes of all the snowflakes, and then every book comes with this sheet of stickers, and every time you read through the book, you peel off one of the snowflakes and you put it into their spot on the book, so you'll know how many times you've read the book. And when Clarissa was doing the illustrations for the book this year, you know, there was a lot going on in the world with Black Lives Matter and, you know, lots of immigration issues. And so what she decided to do was she made every single snowflake different genders, different ethnicities, so that as you're going through the book and you're teaching the lessons that the book has to impart, when you get to this page, you can say, look, there are all different kinds of snowflakes in the world. In fact, every single snowflake is completely unique, and that's why every snowflake sticker that you put into the book is a completely unique snowflake. So just another little feature of this year's book that makes it even more special. And that's why this is our Twinkle Twinkle deal of the day. The book is $16.99, and every single copy that you're ordering tonight is autographed by myself and Josh. And I'll show you when you open up the book where it's autographed, because every time we do an autographed book, people will email customer service, or we call it neighbor services, and say, oh, it's not autographed. So just so you all know, and I just love this too, because on the feature of every snowflake book is the cutout circle where you get the little glimpse of the snowflake, and then you open it up to reveal the full version of the snowflake. And because our theme this year was Twinkle Twinkle, Clarissa drew the snowflake in the sky sitting on the moon. But just so you know, when you get it home, the autographs will be right here on the page where it talks about who this year's illustrator was. All right? So that's it. That's the Precious Little Snowflake. Hope you enjoyed the reading today. I hope you're not asleep yet. I've been told I have a very, very soothing voice, so hopefully I didn't put you right to sleep. But I wanted to start while we're still waiting on Josh to get here before we get to the Hi Neighbor Trivia game. You know, we always love reading all of the mail that you guys send us. You send us all those Christmas ornaments, you send us cards. Throughout the year, we get so many handwritten notes from all of you. And then just last week, we got one from a woman named Debbie, and she actually wrote us a poem. And I thought it was so wonderful and so charming that we reached out to her and asked if she would come on and read the poem for all of you tonight. So let me try to see if I can get her on the phone.
Hello, neighbors.
Hi, neighbor. Hi, Debbie. How are you?
I am good. I'm great. I'm so excited that you included me tonight in your special hour.
Well, you know how special we always think it is when people send us anything, any handicraft that they've made, ornaments, whatever they made. You know, we're just always floored by people's creativity. And when this poem came through last week, I just thought it was so absolutely charming and also just wonderful that someone took the time to write the poem. And so I wondered if you would read it for us.
I would love to. I kind of used the angels. I said, help me make this good. I really wanted to send you a Christmas card. And so you talked on the second show about your life, and you know, kind of glaze over it really fast, your story. And I go, I think I can simplify that for you. So, I see Josh is here.
Yes,
I'm glad
just
I made
in time.
it.
All right. Your story simplified. Ready? Everybody cozy? A little white house, two kindred souls work together with a wish and a goal. They looked to the heavens, to the twinkling night, and they decided to draw a most beautiful sight. They connected the sparkles that twinkled above, and in so gained more neighbors, and in so more love.
Yay!
Yeah,
that
that
still
is-
gave me chills, and I have read it literally 20 times since you sent it in last week.
It is really beautiful. Will you allow us to post it on our site?
Oh, it's your poem.
Oh,
Thank you.
And truthfully, it really did capture our story so succinctly.
I know. Maybe we should just read that when we're on QVC.
Oh, maybe we will read it if we've got time.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
Oh, that would be great. You need someone, neighbor, to cross-stitch it for you.
We have lots of neighbors who cross-stitch. So, and what we'll do too is we'll post it. I'll type it up and post it either tonight or tomorrow, so everyone can print it out and have it with them as well.
Well, I'm so glad that you enjoyed it.
Now, Debbie, because you were so kind and wrote something for us, I have to give you something that we wrote. So I'm going to personalize this copy of the Precious Little Snowflake to you, or if you have grandkids, who would you like me to make it out to?
Well, I guess to Debbie, because no grandkids yet.
Okay, to Debbie.
How sweet.
You are precious.
Oh, you're going to melt my heart.
Oh, well,
Well,
you melted
thank-
ours.
Thank you so much,
Oh, thank you.
Debbie.
All right, thanks, Debbie. Keep twinkling. Twinkle, twinkle.
Oh, you too. Bless you guys. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wasn't that wonderful?
I mean, not only is it sweet, it's a really good poem.
No, it's a really good poem.
So I suppose you didn't say hi down here because you never pay attention when you were on Facebook.
No, I can't do that.
So hi, Deborah. Deborah Marks is on. Hi, Deborah. Andy, Kathy, Diane, Nancy, Susan,
Are you guys all in your 6- and 7-year-old frame of mind
Iris,
still?
Rebecca, Lisa, Joan Louise is back on.
Because you know what we're going to do at the end of the show? We're going to do a sing-along where we put the words of the song up on the screen and all of you have to sing a lullaby with us and under, okay?
I was not given notice of that.
Well, the words are going to be on the screen.
Okay, that's not the problem. The problem is that I cannot sing.
It doesn't matter. We always believe, it doesn't matter if you can sing or not, just lift up your voice. You just feel great.
Okay,
having-
you remember
just
that.
Lift up,
It doesn't
lift up
matter
your voice.
after you hear me sing.
No, they won't care.
Hi, neighbor.
It's
Oh,
Hi
it's time
Neighbor
for Hi
time.
Neighbor. Now, Hi Neighbor is our trivia contest. And if you want to participate in the Hi Neighbor Trivia Contest, you send your name and telephone number to customer service at beekman1802.com. But here's the really important thing. The trivia is a question from the last night's episode. So you have to have watched last night's episode either live or in the replay. We archive all of them on Facebook. Otherwise, you're not going to get the question correct.
I wasn't listening to you again.
Oh, do you have the question?
I have no question. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay,
You know I don't listen to you.
it's true. It's true. That's how long we've been together. 20 years. We don't listen to one another.
I can finish your sentence without even listening to you. That's how long we've been together.
Oh, then what's the question?
The question is in the jar.
I have to come up with a question because. So
Oh.
who was on last night?
You know what? We don't remember because
Oh, we
we scarfed
too much of Martha's
CBD gummies.
Yeah.
Oh my God, kids, stay away from those
We
things.
honestly, I was blanking. I'm like, what did we do last night?
I know. Well, we got home safe.
We did.
I remember that. We woke up in our own bed.
No, honestly, we don't want to pick on Martha. The CBD gum drop's really, really good. And I will say,
No,
as you know, I'm a very light sleeper.
Yeah.
Like if Under, who sleeps on the side of our bed, if she gets up to get water in the middle of the night, I will wake up and I literally cannot go back to sleep. Like I can, no problem going to sleep at night.
Yeah.
But if I wake up in the middle of the night, there's no going back to sleep.
I mean, yeah, we should totally clarify because there is nothing mind-altering in
Martha's
Martha's
gummies,
CBD
yeah,
gummies,
yeah.
unless she spiked ours. Which I would not
Maybe.
put past her.
Maybe.
But they are definitely mood-altering. I mean, they're nicely
Calming.
Calming.
Well, I was
and
gonna say,
I slept like crazy.
I slept like
We're lucky
I
to
did
get
not
here
get
tonight.
up until 6 a.m. this morning, you guys, and usually I'm up no later than 4:30. So thank you, Martha, for a good night's sleep.
6 a.m. All right. So what is the question?
Ooh, what question should we do?
People-
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Okay. So
Cheryl says last night was fantastic. Andy says what happened to the goat decoration?
that's the question.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's the question.
Okay. All right. You guys ready? So we're going to pull out your name out of the cookie jar. Okay.
Oh,
we
I
are
got that.
calling Dana K. Dana K is who we're calling.
Okay. But so these, let me tell you, people, sequin jackets are not.
Yeah, we're
smart.
just now learning how to
Yeah.
our way around
Oh.
sequins.
Uh-oh, Dana K. Maria Russo's fruitcake arrived today. It's delicious.
Oh, we got some right here. Oh, fruitcake is 10% off tonight too.
Hello, this is Dana. Please
Oh.
leave a message.
Sorry, Dana.
Okay, we got to pick another one.
Oh. So not only do you have to have watched the prior night's episode, you have to be home when we call you. Okay, we're
Yeah,
calling
why are we in
Lisa.
somebody pointed out the chairs. Why are we in chairs?
Oh, we got new chairs.
Did we break the sofa last night too?
Well, this was for reading. These are our reading chairs for reading The Precious Little Snowflake.
Oh, okay.
So we're calling Lisa R.
Okay. Lisa R. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Denise. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Tanya and Cheryl. Oh, no. Is Lisa not home, too?
Oh my goodness. I put him to sleep with the reading of The Precious Little Snowflake.
Uh-oh. Cindy says last night was amazing. She didn't laugh so hard. She hadn't laughed so hard in so long.
Okay, have
Boy,
to go to
don't
somebody
I know
else.
it. Oh, Kelly, your mortgage lifter sauce arrived today. Hope you love it.
Okay, Diane T.
Ready? Show me. Give me the number.
Diane T.
Okay, Diane.
I hope when we finally get a neighbor on the phone that they know the answer.
Jennifer says last
Hello?
night. Oh,
Hi,
Huh?
neighbor.
Hi, neighbor.
hi, Diane.
Hey, hi.
It's
Josh
Brent
and
and
Brent.
Josh, and you're live with us.
Oh my God, I can't believe you called me.
Now, are you watching the marathon tonight?
I am.
Did you watch last night?
I did, yes.
Okay,
Every
this
night.
should be very easy for you. First, where are we calling you?
I'm from Hastings, Pennsylvania.
Hastings,
It's
Pennsylvania.
near Johnstown,
Oh yeah,
Pittsburgh, and that area.
of course. We've been through there.
Had called a lot of people from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
This time.
Huh?
Yeah, I think there was been another neighbor earlier, like the first night.
Yeah.
Was from Pennsylvania. Okay.
That was my daughter.
Oh, was that your daughter?
That was my daughter when I didn't know the answer. That was Nicole.
Oh my.
That was my
What?
daughter.
What a small world! That's crazy that we would just randomly pull that because we've had literally
know, crazy.
hundreds and hundreds of people submit their number. That's funny. Okay, here's your question.
Okay.
During last night's show, Josh broke what?
The goat next to the couch.
That's right. Not his leg, not his arm,
Oh, no,
not his skull.
Quite possibly a rib.
Maybe.
Sure.
He did
was
broke one of
close.
our goat figurines. All
Yeah.
right. Well, great job. I'm glad when we finally got a neighbor on the phone that you could get it right.
I'm so surprised you called.
Well, I'm glad you got it. Now, you know what? I'm going to do an autographed copy of the Precious Little Snowflake for you, too.
Oh, thank you. I was going to buy one.
Well, you don't have to. Now you can spend your money on a fruitcake.
My grandkids will love that.
Okay, so who should I make your copy out to?
Carter, Carter.
To Carter. Nicholas
And Braden.
Braden. Now, how do you spell that? B-R-A?
Brayden.
Okay. Are those your grandkids?
Those are my grandsons, yes. All
Okay.
boys.
I'm going to put you are all precious.
You have 3 boy grandkids?
Yes, no girls. Not yet, anyway.
Well, the good thing is that they will share this book when they're done with it.
Okay, good.
All right.
I love it.
Well, thank you for playing and thank you for paying attention. And you keep twinkling, okay?
I will. I love you guys.
Oh, you too.
You too.
Have a wonderful holiday.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, she was super nice. I can't believe it. We called her and
Her daughter. That's so crazy. Out of all the hundreds of
And
people.
totally random.
I know.
Wait, Deborah said, you made us bread, Deborah? Deborah said she made us
Huh?
bread.
Has she delivered it already?
I know. Where's our bread?
Where's our
I
bread?
could use some carbs. Brent said, did we fix the goat? What happened to the goat? Oh, did
It's
you
been
glue it?
glued.
Oh, goat's all better.
Oh.
Goat's better.
Well, come sit him on the table so people know not to mourn, Caitlin. You know Caitlin loves to be on TV.
Mask up, Brent.
Oh, it's in my
Well,
pocket.
cover
I'll do
your-
it like this.
there you go.
I'll do it like this. Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Under's like, it's that easy? Under's like, it's that easy to fix a leg? And you've
She
been
said,
around.
why didn't you do that for me? You guys cheaped out on me.
Under's like, I've been doing this for a year and a half on 3 legs, and it's that simple?
Just glue it back on. Oh, we forgot to put our snow. Oh, look, when we put these on, we immediately become precious.
I've been precious since day one, Brent. Hi, Darcel. Hi, Karen. So we're back to the deal hit, which
Oh.
I don't know what it was because I wasn't here.
Oh, it's just the, well, of course, we've got the Precious Little Snowflake, and every copy is autographed copy, so when you're buying them tonight, they're autographed. And just to remind everybody that this is this year's edition, illustrated by Clarissa Cosi. Next year, it will be a completely different edition. So if you particularly love Clarissa's artwork, or you love that idea of the stickers and making the book interactive, this book will be completely different next year when the first snowflake falls.
Did you show the inside?
I did. Oh, we read through the whole book when you weren't
Oh, I
here.
know you read it. I didn't know if people got to see the pictures and everything.
Oh, they'll, yes.
They're
It was
really- they're
very,
really-
it
I
was
mean,
like
they're
reading
beautiful every
Rainbow
year,
up in
but-
here. Yeah, it was very, very professional.
Oh, Denise is sending more cherry chocolates. Yay.
Ooh.
Um,
Oh, and the fruitcake is 10% off tonight, too, as part of our our Twinkle Twinkle deal of the day.
The fruitcake is 20. How much?
10% off.
10%
Yeah.
off the fruitcake.
Are the sugar plums 10% off? Oh, just fruitcake. Just fruitcake.
Leanne says I was on fire last night.
You were.
I very well may have literally been on fire, and I wouldn't remember.
And that's why tonight's show is very kid friendly. We're making we're making amends from last night.
For now.
But we
I
did
still
want you to
14
be able.
minutes left.
We did want you to be able to share the show with all your grandkids and nieces and nephews and children in your family, and let them hear the story of the precious little snowflake read aloud.
Oh, my mom's on. She says nice PJs.
Yes.
Should we call her? Do you want to call my mom?
Sure.
Look at that. I can actually remember my mom's number. I
I
mean,
can
most people
remind you.
haven't. I haven't.
Not her cell phone number.
No, because she's in my favorite, so I normally just hit the button. I haven't called her actual number in years. So she probably won't recognize it.
She's like, I'm not answering.
She says nice PJs.
She literally is not going to answer.
It'll take her a while to get to the phone. It's
was like,
Grandma,
Grandma.
and Poppy.
Hello.
Oh, it's
Hi,
Poppy.
Dave.
Hey, Dave. It's,
Hi there.
hey.
You're live on air with us on the 12 years of Beekman Holiday Marathon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You probably don't know that, but I know Mom's watching because I can see on Facebook.
You know, you're watching them on Facebook?
I don't know who's what's. I have no idea
Get
what's
back
going
and
on.
watch them then.
Now-
Because
We're calling
okay,
you.
hi.
How's your back?
Back is good. Back is coming along just fine.
Okay, so
We are keeping a very close eye on it, and it's coming along just fine.
so my dad had some skin cell stuff removed on his back. Okay, so I think people can relate to this. Does anybody else have parents who write emails that they make sense in totality, but sentence-wise, they're kind of weird? So Mom sent me an email a little while back and said, Dad's healing well. The hole in his back is 2 inches wide and 1 inch deep, so I'm getting duck eggs.
I'm going to stuff them into the hole.
And that's what I thought. I'm like, what? You're going to put duck eggs in Dad's womb?
Well, see, what I think
But
happens...
it's just unrelated things. She was getting duck eggs for breakfast for him.
Well, you know what I think
because
happened?
he wasn't feeling well.
I think every time Jackie sends an email, she eats a Martha CBD gummy.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I do send
Well,
Mom and Dad.
I hadn't thought about it, but it could be. I don't know.
Could be. But yeah, it is. Jackie is a wonderful writer, and you know, Josh was talking about Mary, our little ghost girl, and when we first started the Beekman blog 12 years ago, Jackie actually wrote a blog called Mary Beekman, and it was written in the voice of little Mary, who was 4 or 5 years old, living in the year 1802. And so really explored the history of the time period and the things that she would make and the things that she would eat, and it was
And
so
then when
wonderful.
when she didn't know exactly what had happened in 1802, she would just ask my dad.
Yeah, because he was there
Oh, wait a minute.
with a duck egg in his back.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm certainly glad to hear from you.
Well,
It's been not long enough.
well, we thank you both for our Christmas PJs. We broke them out early just for the reading of the precious little snowflake tonight.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yep.
great.
Yep, I'm wearing the llama pajamas. Josh has got his plaids on.
Oh God, you guys got it made.
I know.
There's no presents under the tree with my name on them.
Oh, they're coming.
They're coming.
They're
I
coming.
I
We
tracked
just
them.
sent
Oh yeah, right.
They're
yeah.
coming-
Check
they're
is in the mail.
They're coming tomorrow. They're coming tomorrow. Pete sent them.
You're getting a copy of the precious little snowflake autographed by Josh and Brent. And a fruitcake. Because it was 10% off.
I'm just flabbergasted. I can barely contain my excitement.
Well, you guys have a wonderful holiday. Tell Jackie we said hello.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good evening and a good show and everything.
All right, keep twinkling.
All right.
Take care.
Love you, Pops.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, do we have a Team Beekman memory? Let's go to Team Beekman memory.
Team Beekman memory. Okay, Team Beekman memory.
Hi, my name is Chantel, and I'm the HR coordinator at Beekman. I've been with Beekman for about 2 months now, and anything HR related you could think about, I've most likely had my hands on it. My favorite holiday memory is definitely decorating the outside of the ham with cloves, and also baking Pillsbury sugar cookies because those are always my favorite.
Oh, they are good. And I remember doing the hams with the cloves. You'd hash the ham,
Yeah.
then put the clove in
decorate the
it
clove.
with some type of orange slices and a honey glaze.
Well, you could do the pineapple slice and the cherry in the middle.
Yeah.
And I just want to give a special shout out to HR this year.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And Chantel, who's only been with the company for 2 months.
Yes, I mean, what a really difficult year for HR people all across the country because, I mean,
COVID.
when COVID hit, there were so many different state and local regulations for employers that had to be figured out. And not just what you're doing by the books, but when you care about your employees, you want to make sure everybody's 100% safe. And our HR team was amazing. Team Beekman North, Team Beekman South.
And you know what? We never had a major outbreak of COVID among our employees, and here's why. Because even at the very beginning, when all the shutdowns and everything were happening, because we oddly make soap, we were considered an essential business, so we could keep shipping, all the hand lotions and all the hand soaps and everything out. And the way we worked it with our employees was we said, if you get any symptom at all,
Or anyone in your family.
like if anyone in your immediate family in your house gets any sort of symptoms, even if you don't know the diagnosis, you immediately are out of work for 14 days paid until you get a confirmed yes or no diagnosis.
And then everybody, either at the warehouse or in offices and everything, everyone was put into pods of no more than 10 people, not together, but everyone, you could only be around 10 people at a time. So that should, something happen, and thank God it didn't, everyone else was guaranteed. Again, our HR people turned
Have been
on
amazing.
a dime and came up with all these different ways of keeping everyone safe and protected. And
I
know it's happened all around the country. So if you're in HR, hats off to you.
Yeah.
Lori says, Under looks so comfortable.
She is, but we're getting ready to sing. We're going to close out the show tonight with a very special song.
We still have charity
I
left.
know that Under's going to help us with. So everybody, take a sip of your tea or your hot water with lemon, because we're all singing. It's going to be a sing-along. We're going to put the words on the screen, and then Under's going to join us too.
Joe Carney is watching.
Oh, hey, Joe. Joe's an original neighbor. He used to come into our original mercantile store here on Main Street and get cheese samples.
Now,
You'd always come in and sample the black cheese just to make sure.
Just to make sure everything was fine.
Yeah.
Samara says, thank you. HR is a thankless job, but we love being recognized. It's true. HR is a thankless job until you have a small business. And then when you're a small business owner, you're like, oh my God, we need HR yesterday.
And it is so fun, like when you get a new job at Beekman, it's so fun because of course you start your little orientation, you learn all about neighbors, about kindness, about all the products. That's done in the office. And then you get to come out to the farm, you tour the entire farm, then you come into the mercantile, and everybody gets a goodie bag full of products. And so, coming on board as a Team Beekman member is a nice gig.
Rosemary is having their after dinner espresso. You know what I miss? We got that great new Mila coffee center installed in the kitchen, and when we thought about getting it, I was like, I can't wait to have Rosemary and Joe over for espresso, and
we will.
Can't have them over.
We will. It will end.
I know. Not
We
soon enough.
just all have to promise to twinkle twinkle until it's over.
And get that vaccine when it comes out.
Oh, I did want to tell everybody, if you're joining in at any part of the marathon anytime this week and you've heard us talk about Twinkle Twinkle, I just want to give you a little bit of a hint as to how we develop our holiday themes, because we have, believe it or not, already developed next year's holiday theme and started designing product for next year's holiday theme. We've already even chosen the artist for next year's rendition of the Precious Little Snowflake. But this year, we started coming up with the theme in January. And when we're coming up with our themes, we always try to think of something that is traditional Christmas. It could be a line from a song. It could be whatever, something that's associated with Christmas, and then we try to put a twist on it. So this year, when we first were coming up with this idea, my inspiration was, the three wise men and following the star to the manger. Like that was the original kind of thought, thing that I was going to jump off of. And then, we were building on that, and so we liked that idea, and they were like, but everybody needs a guiding star in their life. Like, everyone needs to find their true North Star. And so then we're like, that little star in the sky that is your guiding light. So then it became Twinkle Twinkle. And then that just became perfect because as we got into spring and then summer, and things started looking more and more dire, with COVID and everything else going on in the world, we're like, you know what? We need a little extra sparkle this holiday season. This holiday season, one twinkle's not enough. We need two twinkles.
Well,
so that's how this whole idea of Twinkle Twinkle came about.
But I'm telling you, after Martha's CBDs last night, that was the end of 2020. That was the turning point.
Well, we saved
where
some.
2020
We
is
saved
over.
some to use on New Year's Eve.
Yes, it's done. 2020
I
is done.
have
Just
2 of the
consider it over.
citrus for you and 2 of the mixed berry for
Okay,
me.
Andrea says for everyone to review the house tour video, Mary makes an appearance as a floating green orb in the bottom right corner. So little ghost girl Mary
So I have
is
to look on the
somewhere in the
replay.
tour.
That was Mary. She's like, I got to make my appearance. All right,
All right.
so as you know, on every single episode that we're doing, every night, we are making a wish on a star and making a donation on behalf of all of the Beekman neighbors to a very special charity. And tonight, we're working again with adoptawishNewYork.org, part of the Make-A-Wish organization. And Wyatt is a young gentleman who is living with leukemia. And he dreamed of just having a shopping spree where he had all the money that he could use to buy the things that he wanted. And so that's what we did. We made him have very deep pockets.
On his special day, he was greeted by a red carpet and a Cricket Wireless employee, and he started his day along with his mom, his brother, and Daisy, his Build-A-Bear buddy, who accompanies him through all of his leukemia treatments. He stopped at Michael's, Best Buy, he went to the Disney store, the Lego store, and Olive Garden. Oh my God, I miss Olive Garden.
That's a perfect day. I mean, that is a perfect day. He's a precious little snowflake.
Thank you, Beekman neighbors. It's all of these donations are not on behalf of Beekman 1802. They're on behalf of Beekman neighbors. So once again, the Beekman neighborhood makes someone's wish come true. So thank you very much. What
That's
a great
right.
list of fun things.
We'll recap them on the last
charity
night. We'll
okay,
go through
let's
all
do
the
that.
ones that we did on the last night. All right, are you guys ready for tonight's sing-along?
Under, are you ready?
Okay, so let me tell you what we're going to do.
Oh my gosh, you are ready.
Let me tell you what we're going to do. So we are all going to sing together Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Now, here's the thing. Most people don't realize that Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star has 4 verses. We all know the first verse, but what we're going to do tonight is we're going to learn all 4 verses, okay?
Are you ready?
Now, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is a lullaby that was written in 1806, 4 years after the Beekman farm was
So you know
built.
what? William Beekman kids were probably singing all around the house, and he's like, I hate this
I
new
hate that
music.
song.
I hate this rock and roll.
Yeah,
twinkle,
the
twinkle.
kids these days.
Kids these days.
But you know what? It's so funny that Mary made an appearance because Mary would have been living in the house when Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star was first published.
She probably sang it incessantly.
It was probably in their Farmer's Almanac. Like it probably
I'm sure it
appeared in
was.
their Farmer's Almanac. Okay, are you guys all ready? All right, we're going to put the words up and we're going to sing along to the words. Like most everybody knows the pace of
Feel
Twinkle,
free to
Twinkle, Star.
check out now. I'm just telling
No,
you.
guys, I want you to read. I want you to hear all the verses of this song. Okay, you guys ready? All right. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
I don't
Here's
like
the new
this
verse.
key.
Next verse.
Oh, next verse?
Yeah. Oh wait.
Choose a different
The star.
key.
The star is.
Oh my God,
Sorry.
Brent, you went too fast.
No, here it is. Okay. When the blazing
No.
sun is gone, when he nothing shines upon, then you
you
know
show-
your little light. Twinkle, twinkle, all the
can't
night.
sing.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Now,
Oh my
verse
God, there's
3.
one more.
When the traveler in the dark thanks you for your tiny spark, he could not see which way to go if you did not twinkle so. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. I think there might be one more verse.
Oh my
In the
good
dark
Lord.
blue sky you keep, and often through my curtains peep, for you never shut your eye till the sun is in the sky. Twinkle, everybody now,
Twinkle,
little star, how I wonder what you are.
Oh my God, there's more, Brent. There's more.
Oh, there's another one?
No, that's it. We're good.
As your bright and tiny spark
Lights a traveler
lights
in
a
the dark.
traveler in the dark, though I know not what you are, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Good job. Hey, you guys sound just like Under. We heard you.
Twinkle, twinkle, neighbors.
We'll put all the lyrics
see
on
you.
Facebook too.
We'll see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. again, right here, right under.
With another Twinkle Twinkle deal. That's enough.